Alright everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you one of those things, probably one of the most valuable things that I can show you here in Photoshop. And honestly, it's got nothing to do with the tool or any artistic ability, but it's one of those things, if you haven't changed the setting, as soon as you watch this video, you need to change it. Alright, so let's open up our image here and let's look in the history palette. And you can see we've got one history state. It's open history state. Let's come in here. I'm going to just select the sky, and I'm just trying to fill up history states here. So we'll select the sky, then I'll go into levels and maybe just adjust the sky color a little bit. And then I'm going to come in here and use the brush tool and just kind of just fill up history states here. Just do a lot of brush strokes so this history palette gets filled up. And you'll see why in just a second here. Okay, so this should just about do it with my useless painting. Alright, so now let's take a look in the history palette. If we go back to the beginning, well, they're all brush tools. So where did those history states where I made the selections and made that levels adjustment go? Well, they're gone because I'm only saving a certain amount of history states by default, and if you haven't changed it, it's only 20. So I can only do 20 undos here in Photoshop, which only gets me back to this. Now I can't get back to that levels adjustment. I'm stuck. The only thing I can do is go all the way back to the beginning of my photo or go back to these ugly paint strokes. So what do? You go into the edit menu, go down to preferences, go to general, and in general preferences you see 20 history states there. The first thing I always do is I always go to change it to 50. If I've got a computer with at least a gigabyte of RAM, I might even bump it up to 100, but for now let's just leave it at 50. Now I get 50 history states. Now I can undo 50 times, and that's more than double what 20 is. And trust me, it is going to save your butt someday. So if you haven't done it, go into Edit, General Preferences, and change your history states. Also, as I mentioned on Friday, and if you didn't listen on Friday, well, today's Monday, there's actually a new episode of Photoshop TV out there, so go check out photoshoptv.com or go check us out on iTunes, and you can catch myself, Scott Kelby, and Dave Cross in another full episode of Photoshop TV. We'll see you again tomorrow.